Over the next 10 hours, you're going to learn everything you need to turn this piece of paper into an Origami Wylder. Now, this Origami Wylder is from Elden Ring Nightreign, but overall, it's just kind of a cool knight design, and I'm going to show you how to make it. Now, it's a very, very complex model, but many people voted to choose this for a tutorial, so I am excited to bring it, and I'm going to first let you know everything you need before we start folding so that you are ready and prepared to fold this model. So first off, let's talk about paper because that's probably the most important. What I'm going to be using for this tutorial is a paper from Paper Tree. Now, this is an origami shop based out of San Francisco, and they have so kindly sent me a bunch of paper to review. So today I'm going to be reviewing this Kikura paper that they sent me, and I think this is actually perfect for this design. It is around 63 centimeters or around 25 inches. And as for paper size, that's what I recommend. Basically anything over 60 centimeters. Now, it doesn't have to be this thin or this nice and handmade, but I would say the minimum to use is something like printer paper or even like an Alios craft paper, and just make sure that it's larger than 60 centimeters. I have all the tutorials you need to learn how to make double tissue and to make it large enough to be that size. The one I showed here is made from 80 centimeters. This was very nice to shape, so if you can get paper that large, I recommend that. But we'll see how it turns out with just 60 centimeters. So go ahead and choose that. If you are unsure about this step, I don't really want questions of, will this 30 centimeter paper work? Because I'm telling you no, right? I have provided the resources for pretty much anywhere in the world for you to be able to access, or at least save up to access any region, right? From India to United States to Europe, Australia, all sorts of stuff. Go check the links down in the description for the paper guide and get yourself set up for this model. I don't want you wasting time trying to do it with improper paper. So please, please, please listen to me with this recommendation. Minimum 60 centimeters, 20 to 40 GSM, which is at least double tissue or Alios craft. So next up, we're going to talk about the crease pattern. So you can just go to my website, which is obb.design, also linked below, and go to gallery, and you'll find the Wylder, which you can click. You'll see the pre-creasing guide crease pattern, as well as the full crease pattern. We're going to make use of both of them from this tutorial. So make sure you at least know how to get to this website so you can refer to that. Now, this model is based on a 48 by 48 grid, and you need to prep that before we start folding. That is my prerequisite for you all to have the base level of skill to follow this tutorial. Again, this is a super complex model. If you can't fold a 48 by 48 grid, there's no way you're going to be able to keep up with some of the moves and folds we're going to do in this tutorial. So again, save yourself the time, practice beforehand. I also have a grid tutorial, but it's a good sign if you can't fold a grid that you're not ready for this model, right? It's totally okay. Fold some of my easier models, practice folding grids, get used to that before you jump into this one. So now I want to give an overview on what the rest of this tutorial series is going to look like. In this video, as the introduction, I've prepared you and we are going to actually fold the pre-creasing. So I'm going to show you how to do all of that. Then in the next video, we're going to start collapsing. So we're going to go through the whole collapse. Should be pretty interesting and pretty fun. The videos after the collapse will be shaping, and I think we're going to split into two parts. We're going to do dry shaping and then wet shaping. They may or may not be the same video. And then the very last thing is very, requested tutorial as well, and that will be painting. So we're not necessarily going to paint it exactly as is. We're probably going to do a more simple painting, but I'm going to show the techniques so that if you want to do this full thing, you'll understand. It's going to be a more general painting tutorial, so not necessarily just for this design, but any design. And once again, shout out to Paper Tree for supporting me by sending me this awesome paper. This paper I'm showing would be perfect for this tutorial as well. It's not the same paper I'm using, but because it's already dyed black, it's actually going to help when we get to painting. So if you need something to use, this is a little bit cheaper than what I'm using, and it's the perfect size as well as thickness. It's a really nice Kozo. I'll have the link in the description. But yeah, shout out Paper Tree. Alrighty, so we are going to start our pre-creasing, and we have our 48 by 48 grid. Now, of course, as the tutorial, we want it in the accordion grid. So you can see right now the edges are valley. So I'm going to flip my paper over so that the edges are mountain folds. And that's how we know we're in the right orientation. Of course, you can always flip your grid, but this will make things easier. And I'm going to start at the bottom left corner. And that is also what we're going to be looking at on the crease pattern. So I have it pulled up here. We're going to be using this. Now the red lines are what we are going to pre-crease. The blue is just, you know, the grid or the packing. And those will already be folded from us doing the grid. So yeah, we're just going to take a look at mostly the red lines. We're going to start with the leg here. This is 2, 4, 6, 7 grid units. So very simply, I start from the corner and fold up 7 grid units. Now, if you've never folded one of my tutorials before like this with pre-creasing, I use like a pinch method. I don't really fold on the table, especially with a large paper. You know, I can't really fold on the table. So get used to this pinch technique for pre-creasing. I'm basically just finding between the points using the grid and pinching a mountain fold in between. So this is 2, 4, 6, 7. And we always want to measure twice, 2, 4, 6, 7. But yeah, that's how we're going to be pre-creasing. All right, so now that we have that, we're going to go down 2 and up 3. So I'm going down 2 this way, like that. And then up 3, like this. All right, so now we went back up 3. And on the crease pattern, that was down to up 3. Next, we have this section where it's just like 1, 1, 1, 2. So we're going to go here. 1. I'm going to skip that one for now just so I can not have to move the paper. Now I'm going to complete it like this. And that's 1, 1, 1. Now we need 2. And yeah, depending on the paper you're using, it might be a little harder to be seeing the creases, but that is part of the skills you need to learn to fold models like this, is just keeping track of where you are on your paper. So, you know, keep a good eye open, but we are right there. Next, we have this section, which is like a big X. And we can actually crease all the way through. So in total, this will be 3, 6. So from here, we're going to start with that. It's going to go down from here, 3, 6, like this. And then we're going to use the, you know, intersection of the 3 to get the rest of this X. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then down here it'll be 3, and then I can push it all the way up past that mark, like this, like that. All right, now if I scroll out a little bit, we have this crazy section over here. We actually don't need to pre-crease this. You can if you really want to, but this kind of forms naturally once we do the collapse. So I'm kind of just gonna leave it empty. And then finally down here, we have 3 going down. And this is, we can really check if we did this side correctly, is if there's 3 grid units left. So yep, there is. So we do 3 down, and that is a good sign. We didn't miscount. All right. So that is actually 1/2 of the leg. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, but for the right leg. So I'm going to shift over to the right leg here. We'll go through this a little bit faster. Starts with 7 from the corner. So that's 3. That's 6. It's 2, 4, 6. One more 7. Like that. Then we go down to up 3. 2, 4, 6, 7. Make sure you don't miscount. It's 2. And then up 3. right? Down to up 3. Next we have the 1 1 1 section. So here's 1 1 1 2, right? So 1 1, and then I'm gonna do the other side. 1, and then oh, this is actually different. I think this is incorrect actually. So I think okay, I'm gonna redraw this. We creased correctly. We did 3 1 1 1 2. All right. And this will be corrected with the crease pattern you'll be looking at if you print it yourself or go to my website. So just keep that in mind. It looks like I had a little mistake there. All right, there you go. So this is what we did. 1 1 1 2. Like that, right? Now we have the big X cross section. So this goes down 6. Make sure, again, you're starting from the right point. 2, 4, 6. And then we find the intersection down here. We do 3. And then we go back the other way to complete it. It should line pretty close up to the other side, right? It's symmetrical right now. Okay, and then 3 down below. Like this. Boom. All right, so that's looking pretty good. We have done the bottom section over here for the legs. Next, we're gonna start going up into the middle. Now the middle gets a little bit different, but we're gonna just start above the X. We're gonna do the left side again. So I'm just gonna focus in on this section. And we're gonna start with this guy right here. This is going up 3 units. And we can start it from the top of our X here, right? So if we zoom out a little bit, right here's our X, and it just continues. So I'm going to find that point right here, and we're going to go up 3 like this. Right, like that. But now we have this like chibi structure. So it's actually going to make a cross section here that goes down 3. And so how that works is like on that same grid, it's just going to start from this corner. Right, and then again, it's going down 3, and you can check if it looks correct because it will be 1 unit off the center of this section down here. So we're just keeping track of that. Right, we're going to finish off this chibi section. So now that we've gone up to here, right, we're going to go back this direction another 3. So from this corner, right up 3 like this. And then same thing on the other side here. It is right here where I need to crease, and it's going to go the other direction. 3. All right, so now we have this kind of crazy section right over here. You can just double check that everything lines up and looks good. And I think it does. All right, so now we're gonna go to the left of our X in this area, and you can see we have up 2, down 2. Now, I actually made a mistake earlier, so if you see extra creases, that's why I went up 3 and down 3. It's only 2, so ignore some of the creases here. Our box is right here, and we're just gonna go up 2, down 2, like this. Right. Next, we have up 1, up into the right 1. So after that, it's going to be up 1 and up into the right 1. And then after that, we have up 4 up and to the left 4, and then up and to the right 3. So from here, we're going to go up 4, up and to the left 4, like that. 2, 4, and then 3 up and to the right 3, like this. Next, we're going to go up and to the left 1, and then up and to the right 4. So here we are. So we're going to go up and to the left 1, like this. And then up and to the right 4. There you go. Just be careful not to miss any grids or you'll run into extra creases like I do. But again, this kind of shows that even if you mess up a little bit, it's totally okay. Just make sure you're keeping track of where you are. And so now we're at the top of this section and we're going to go down and to the right. So we're going to go down to the left 2. So from here, down 2, and then down 2. Okay, and then we're going to go down 1, and then down 2, and this should reconnect us if we did everything correctly. So down 1, and then down 2, and lo and behold, this connects us back to our X here. So yeah, if it doesn't connect, then just double check to make sure you don't have anything wrong. But otherwise, we're going to do the exact same thing on the right side. And hopefully I don't mess up this time. So we're going to start off with the box here. Remember, we did these little chibi folds. So it's going to start at the top corner of this X and go up 3. And then we're going to need to use that same grid, but drop down a little bit so that it can, you know, form that little chibi fold and go across 3. And this one, you got to make sure it's 1 unit separated from the bottom here, right? And you're just looking at the crease pattern, just looking to make sure this lines up. Next, we're going to complete the top part of this box with the chibi section. And 3, and then 3, right? And this should complete this little area over here. Looks pretty good. Once again, in the middle section, we don't really have to worry about that, but if you want to, you can pre-crease. I'm just going to continue with this side. It's up to down 2. So here, I'm gonna go up 2, down 2, and then 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 4. So 1, 1, and then 4. Try to move this so we can still see. So that is 2, 4. So 4 and then 3. All right. Next, we're going to go 1, then 4. So up to the right 1, and then 4. It's 2, 4. Now we're coming back down. So it comes down 2, 2. So down 2. And then down 2. Then it's down 1, 1, 1, 1, and then down 2, and it should reconnect back to our X with the chibi, and it does. Connects right back to here. Awesome. So that's looking really good. We have all the middle section creases done now. Right? So I zoom out, we've got actually like the whole bottom half done. So now we're going to move up to the top half. And as you can see, there's a little bit more craziness going on, but that's okay. We're going to start with the top left side over here. All right, so in the top left, it's kind of similar to how we start the legs because we have this really long flap here in the corner. So it's going to go 2, 4, 6, 8. It's going to be 8 down. Oop. So start from the top left corner and let's make sure the corner is precise like this. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. And I'm going to recount that 2, 4, 6, 8 just to double check. And then on the crease pattern, I'm going to check that 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, we're good. Now we're going to go 3, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8. And I'm going to rotate my paper just so it's easier to actually show on camera. But if you rotate yours, just make sure you keep track of where you're going. 2, 4, 6, 8. That way you don't get lost when you start, you know, changing angles. So this is 3 and then 3 here. All right. And I know that I have got these smaller diamonds, right, on the edge here. Let's not worry about those. Again, those we can do later actually in shaping. We may or may not even do that depending on what we want. We're just going to continue with the main structure. And so here we have 2, and I know it's an X, so we can actually go up 4. So it's going to start here, and I'm going to go up 4. And just like the other X's, once I have the 4 in, we can find the center of it and then create that X. Right, like that. And for now, we have a bunch of these other 1-unit diamonds. All I'm going to do is make this 2-unit one here. And the rest we will actually just get the pre-creasing for free once we collapse. So we don't need to waste time pre-creasing those. So I'm just going to do the 2-unit one here. And then over here, just to complete off that diamond shape of the 2s, right? So I have the 2s and this one 2-unit diamond right here. And now I'm going to go back down and just ignore the 1 units. All right, so from the bottom of this X, right, which was 2, we're going to go down another 3. So 3. And so this could get a little tricky because it's kind of connected. So in total, this is 5, but we had already done 2 of it. So we're just adding a 3 here. So make sure you don't get lost in the counting. Next, we're going to go down into the left 2. Rotate my paper again. So I can, actually, I might need to rotate it this way more just so I can access it. So 3, 5, and then 2, 3, 5, and then 2. It's always good to recount so you don't get lost. Just double check everything. All right, and then now that we're here, this next section is actually a different slope than we're used to, but it's not too hard to pre-crease. So I'm going to zoom in on this crease first, and all it is, it's a crease that goes from the point up here and then down 2 grid units, but across 1 grid unit. And so this is a start of a Pythagorean stretch. So just use the grid as reference. So I'm going to look at my grid here. It starts from the corner up here, and I'm going down 2 across 1. And that is the slope we are creasing with. So it's going to cross this way, right? And now that we have that one done, just so we can have reference, I'm going to finish this box with these creases. So this one that goes across 4, and then this one that goes across 2, just so we can kind of keep track of where we are. Right, so 2, 4, and then over here, it's going to go another 2. Like this. Okay, so now I'm going to orientate it the same way as what I have on screen. You can see that this is the box that we're starting off on here. Now we still need to do this crease here, and this one's slope is a little different, and we're just going to do the full thing. So this one, it goes across to the right 3 grid units and then up 1. So it's 3 by 1, and then it's 3 by 1 again. Right, so hopefully that shouldn't be too hard to understand. We're starting here. I'm going across 3, up 1. And this is where the pinch technique really shines, because you can just find the points you're creasing against and kind of trace it. And I'm using my hand underneath. You can see through the paper to help guide my crease from the underside. And then I have one more. So across 3, up 1. Right, and then I'm pinching that into place. Just like that. Ends up here. And then just like before, I'm going to add the creases below it, just so we have good reference on where the point is, which is here. And it's going to go down 2, right? So it's going to go down 2, down 2, down 2. So it's going to be 2, 2, 2. So from this point, go 2, 2, 2. And this will actually hit the top of some of our other pre-creasing we did previously, which is great. And actually, to complete our section, we need to add this 2 unit going up and to the left. We don't have that yet, and it's going to connect to our other box that we did just a little bit earlier. All right, so now we have this 2, 2, 2, and that's going up to here, which is right over here. Now we just need to complete our Pythagorean stretch. And to do that, we're going to go this one, which is up 2, across 1. So to the right 1, up 2. Find the correct point, cross 1, up 2. Like that. And now we can just connect the creases here. But again, it follows the slope of 3, 1, 3, 1. So if you need that, you can refer to that. Otherwise, you can just find the 2 points that need connecting. But sometimes it's easier to go, okay, across 3, up 1, across 3, up 1, and just check that it all matches. Yep. Right. So now we've completed our Pythagorean stretch here. And again, I also like to just complete the box here. So let's just complete this whole section. I'm going to add this. This is technically here. Actually, okay, we'll just leave it like this. So we've done these bottom 2 creases. We just need to add 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? So it's just a bunch of 1 units pre-creasing. So here I am up here, 1 unit to the right, and then we got 1 unit to the left, and then down to the right, and then we got 1 more set of a 1, 1. Close off that box. All right, so now with those pre-creases, which it's a little hard to see here, but right, I've done this, 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 this. And we'll leave that for now because we're not done on the left side yet. We still have these 2 unit diamonds to complete, which are pretty easy, but I actually want to do 2 more pre-creases in our Pythagorean stretch. And to pre-crease those, we actually have to look at our regular crease pattern, which it's not here, but okay, we're gonna look at this, and I will draw which lines we need, just so it's a little easier to see. And I'm gonna draw a line from here to here, and a line from here to here. And so this is gonna help us when we get to collapsing. And the way to find this is that, do you remember how for these slopes, we went across 3 up 1, right? So that point there is our reference. And we're just going to connect a line, a mountain fold from the bottom left corner to there. So on my end, it's going to be here. So this is my corner. And then I'm going to find a point that goes across 3 up 1, right, like that. And we will add a line that connects these. Just like that. And then kind of for the same thing, but on the opposite side over here, we have, across 3, down 1 from the bottom section, and this connects from the top corner. So once again, on mine, I'm going to find the top corner, just right here. And then I'm going to find that slope where it's right here. And I'm just going to make a mountain fold connecting them. And this will help us when we collapse. As I said, it's a Pythagorean stretch. And so what we can visualize when we collapse is actually like this, where, right, it kind of collapses like this. This is our Pythagorean triangle. And then same thing on the other side. It's kind of like that. But okay, we'll get into it. We're going to go back to this crease pattern to keep pre-creasing. We're going to do these 2-unit diamonds. I'm pretty sure I don't have to explain how to do these. I think you can just do them. I'm going to show you where they are. Right, so we are here, and we've actually started from this box. So we have reference on where they are. And it's just 2 units all the way across. And I'm going to do these as X's so I can pre-crease through 4 at a time. It's kind of easy to count. Okay, next I'm going to go here. Another set of 4 like this. Same thing over here. And now we're along the corner. So I'm just going to add the one on the edge first, so I don't have to move my paper. It's like that. Now I'm going to rotate my paper this way and complete the rest of pre-creasing. So that's starting from here, going across 4, and then one more that goes on the edge from here. Like that. I think that went out of frame a little bit, but I just added that edge. Again, this should be very easy. Right, this is very normal compared to what we just did. And if I zoom out on our crease pattern, we'll see that we did this left arm. Now we're going to work on the head. We started a little bit. We've done this section, but now we're going to continue up. So we're going to continue from here, and it's a sequence of 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so let's maybe do the vertical ones first. So we already have this one. It's going to be up 1, up 1, up 1, up 1. Let's start with that. So first, you're going to find out where it is. And once again, I'm actually going to flip my paper 180 degrees so I can reach it easier. Okay. So I'm folding up, but for me, I'm creasing downwards, so just don't get confused. This is just so I can actually grab the paper. And the point I'm starting at is right here. I found it. And so it's going to be 1, 1, 1, 1, right? So 1, 1, and then flip to the other side, 1, 1. Okay, so now what I've done is 1, 1, 1, 1, which matches this 1, 1, 1, 1, except I'm upside down. Okay, so now we're going to do this one, which is 1, 1. So for me, it's going to look like a V. It's going to be 1 unit here, like that. Then 1 unit here, like this. Now I can scoot over and we have an X. So this is 2 and 2. So on mine, I can just, from here, I'm going to basically be going down to the left 4. Okay, like that. And then find the intersection, just like we've done X's in the past. And this will help us a lot, actually, now that we're here, because we found the center of the face. So the center of this X is basically the center of the head. So we can kind of reference that a little easier later. But I'm going to keep going to finish off this left side over here. So we are right here, and there's a lot of things to pre-crease. So first off, we're going to go 2 units here. So it's going to come across here, 2 units, right? Next, from this corner, it's basically going to extend by 2. So we're still at this corner. It's going to go 1, 2. And so we can extend this by 1, 2. Right? Now we finish off this X, this little box here. So that's going to be the center here, and we do 2 like that. Now we have this X done, and now we need to do creases here and here, and that is this one and this one, which are just 1. So 1, 1. Okay, now we're almost there. Here we go, up 4. Up 4. And then for the other direction. And this point should be in line with the center of our head, so we can check that. And it is, right? And then we have this tiny 1 unit diamond on the top that we can crease very quickly. And that means we have to do the other side of the head. And for the other side of the head, we're going to go back the other direction. So it's going to be here. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start by going down 2, so in total 4, and that's just going to line up with the other side pretty easily. Or actually, we already have part of it done, so we only really need to do 2 here, and we already have this creased from before. Next, we're going to do this X, so that means I need to find an intersection here that goes across 2. So from here, this is the corner, it's going to go this way. Like this. Next, we can find a next box by going up 1 unit and then folding another 2 units the same direction, right? And then now we need to just finish these off. And an easy reference is honestly just look at the other side and it's going to be matching, right? So we have a lot more references now, so you can go a little faster. It's a little easier to check our work. All right, now we're going to keep going down here. And in this case, we're at the bottom of the X here. And we have these 1 units. It's 1, 1, and it faces this way. 1, 1. Right, so now we're here, which is right here, and then we have this section of 1, 1, 1, 1. So from here, it's going to go 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So we can see it matches on both sides. Now we're at the bottom corner here, which is right here. And we don't have the Pythagorean stretch yet, but we can do this over here, this, and then these two, right? So let's do this first. It's basically going to go down this way by 2. And then we're going to go up 1, and I'm just looking at my other side of the crease pattern so I can match where this is. And then we finish off here and here. And this should exactly match the other side of our head, which is right here. So we can check that, right? That they're the same. All right, so now we've done the head, and we are on our Pythagorean stretch from the other side, right? So let's get started on that. Again, it's a lot easier than it looks. All right, so the first thing we're going to do for this Pythagorean stretch is this, down to across 1 crease. And since I am holding my paper upside down to make it easier to crease, I need to find where it is, and it's going to be right here. So starting from here, right? And I am going to go, in my case, it's up to the left one, just because it's mirrored when it's upside down, like this. Okay, like that. And you can double check by, again, it should be mirrored on the other side. And so that's generally not too hard to find. Okay, now from the same corner, we're going to go to the left 3, up 1, to the left 3, up 1. Right, so this is exactly the same as before. And I can show that on the crease pattern here. Right, so we did, because it's flipped, we did this top edge, which in this case would be down 1 to the right 3, down 1 to the right 3. Then we got another down 2 across 1, and it just follows the same slope as the one we just did, like that. And then we finally have one more that is across 3, up 1, across 3, up 1. But we have a lot of references now, so we can complete this Pythagorean stretch like that, right? Now the last thing we need to do is to add those extra creases. And while we're at it, I'm just going to find that middle point here of this down 1 across 3. And from here, this one goes to the bottom right corner, like this. And then our last one will be from this top left corner down to this point where it's down 1 across 3. Just like this. Yeah. There we go. And that is our Pythag. Now what we're going to do is finish off this section. And with my paper orientated this way, where it's, upside down, I'm going to find it is right here. This is the point I want to be at. And again, this is all mirrored from the other side, so we have a side of reference. But from here, I'm going to go to the left 2, like this, and then to the right 2, and then one more time to the left 2, and that was here, right? So 2, 2, 2, and then I can go up 4, and it should hit the other corner of my Pythag. So 2, 2, and it hits the corner. Perfect. Awesome. So that corner is right here. Now from this corner, again, I'm just going to try to finish this box off like this. So let's do this corner here. And that's the one just touching the top of our Pythagorean stretch, which is right here. And it's going to go back to this direction. Right, so we're making this box of an X. Now we can continue from the long corner, which is right here, and it's going to go 2, 2, 2, 2 on both sides to finish it off. So I'm going to start on this side. It's going to go here, so 4. Right, like that, and then now for this direction as well. And what we're making here is actually the scarf. That's why these flaps are so long. Like that. Like that, yeah. Okay. And let's finish off this side. So it's going to be 3, 1, 1, 3, right? And it's going to be between right here. So it's going to be 3. And 1, 1, and then 3. Now we're just going to count 2 units to the right here, and we're going to do these 2 unit diamonds, which should be very easy compared to what we've done just now to finish off this section. Right, and so you can see these 2 unit diamonds. There's just 2 of them. I'm going to pre-crease those really quick. Like that, and then like this. All right. Now we have done this section. Now we need to do the upper right arm over here. So this whole thing. And as you can see, we have another Pythagorean stretch here. That's a little bit different, a little bit bigger, but it's probably, a little easier to keep track of. But because we've done this crease, we're going to start from this point, just because, again, it's some easy, simple boxes. All I need to do first is to actually find out where I'm starting. And so if I'm looking at my crease pattern here, I just have to find it. I had rotated it sideways so I could do those 2 unit diamonds. So I got to rotate it back this direction. And what I can do is look for this Pythagorean stretch here, then look for the top corner, just here, and this goes down 2. So now we're at this corner right here. And this X is 6 and 6, or 3, 3, 3, 3, right? So from this point, I'm going to go 6. And from this orientation, it's going to be down and to the left, because I'm looking at it upside down. So down and to the left, 6. And just like before, I'm going to now find a center, which is in the 3s, and then do another 3 on each side. So 3 up, 3 down. Right, so this is now this box. I'm going to keep going up and redo exact same thing. So I'm going to pick a corner, go up 6, like this, 3, 6. And because we actually have the top of the other box we just did, I can just start from there and then go up 6, and it'll cross through. Okay, just like that, right? Now we're here. And we've got, actually, from this corner, this is where my finger is. You can see it just goes all the way to the edge, and this is going to be 5. So all the way to the edge as 5. And that takes us close to where this Pythagorean stretch is. Now, for this one, I'm actually going to like do these normal 45-degree lines first. You see we have like one up here, we have one down here, and we even have some over here. So we're going to fill everything else kind of around the Pythagorean stretch and do it kind of, you know, afterwards. So it's a little easier to at least keep track of where it should be on the paper. So from the edge, I'm just going to go up 1. So from the edge here, I'm just going to go up 1 like this. Just like that. Now I am going to find the top of this X, and it's going to go down 2. And so that X for me is right here. It's going to go down 2. But again, I'm looking at this upside down, so it's going to go up into the left from my point of view. My 2. Like that. Right? And then now we need to work on the bottom of this Pythag, which we haven't done yet. We need to do this section. So I'm going to find this corner over here, which is on my lower X, which is over here. This is the corner. And we're going to go this direction by 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 units. So this will be 2, 4, 6, 7. And because that one's so big, let's count it twice. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yep. So now we're right here. 2, 4, 6, 7. And we're going to go 1 in the other direction for our Pythag. Just 1. And for my orientation, it's down and to the right. Now, while we're at it, let's finish off these 2 diamonds. So it's a 2-unit diamond and a 1-unit diamond that goes to the edge. That should be pretty easy. So 2-unit diamond here. Like this. So this is our 2-unit diamond. And now we do our 1-unit diamond on the edge. Okay, just like that. So if I show you a little bit more clear, right, we have this 2-unit diamond, 1-unit diamond. Here's that 1 unit. And over here will be our Pythagorean stretch. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. So let's start actually from up here. I think it'll be easier to reference because we've got a line that goes from here all the way down to our other corner, which is this. Now, even though it looks different, the slope is actually the same. So you can see that this is down 3, across 1, down 3, across 1. So when I fold here, I'm going down 3, across 1. And then down 3 across 1. Right? And this line from here touches here, which connects. You can see that? You might start to see a pattern. The one next to it is going to be across 2, up 1, across 2, up 1, and it's going to connect to our other creases here. So across 2, up 1, across 2, up 1, it connects. And of course, on the other side, it's going to be the other slope, but going parallel. So in this case, it's going to be 3, 1, 3, 1, right? So 3, 1, 3, 1, right? 3, 1, 3, 1. And then, of course, 2, 1, 2, 1. So it's actually like very, very similar, even though it doesn't necessarily look the same. But these slopes, all the same, basically. Most structures you see like this will be some variation of this. And then now we have, remember how we have the extra creases for our Pythag. Let me show that this time on this crease pattern. And it's, again, going to be actually very similar. We're going to find the middle point for our 3, 1. But this time it's going to connect to the middle point of our 2, 1. So you see how this one is across 2, up 1, across 2, up 1. This is across 3, down 1. And vice versa on the other side. And what makes it easy about this, right? So this is the center points, is now the centers here will actually just connect to each other in the corners. So it's a little easier to visualize the extra creases here. So on the paper, right, I'm going to find basically my middle points of these slopes. One of them is, across 3, down 1. The other one is across 2, up 1, like that. And then I'm going to do the far side one. So find the center here, the middle, and then the 2 corners here and here will actually connect. Like that as well. So now we've pre-creased our extra creases, which will help in the collapse. Looks like this. Okay, we're going to go back to this crease pattern because we just have a little bit left to go. We just have the hand. So let's find this corner, and it's going to go up and same direction. So in this case, it's up and to the left. On my orientation, it is this corner, and it's going to go down and to the right because I'm upside down. That's 2 units. Then we have 1 and 1 towards the edge. 1 and 1. Okay, so now we're here, which is right here. And now we're going to go from that 1, right? So we've gone 1, we're right here. We need to go down 5. So from that corner, I'm going to count 5. So that's 2 plus 3 is 5. And in total from the edge, now it's 6, right? We were up 1, we added 5, that's 6. Now from here, actually what I'm going to pre-crease is only 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. We're actually going to skip this section over here. We don't need to pre-crease this. So 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. So 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. And that's because those pre-creases will happen when we collapse the hand. So yeah, don't waste time. pre-creasing those. No need. Just like this. And with that, we can zoom out on the crease pattern. I'm going to rotate my paper so that it's back the same orientation. And we are done with pre-creasing. So I know that was a little crazy. There's some, not normal angles, but hopefully that was not too difficult and not too tedious. So yeah, thank you for making it through the pre-creasing of this model. This is the end of the intro video. Get ready for the collapse tutorial. That's going to be pretty fun. Collapsing all these structures. It's going to be a little difficult, but not too crazy. Yeah, once again, I'm excited to present the start of the Wylder tutorial. This is what we're going to be making. It's super exciting. And shout out to Paper Tree for giving me this paper to fold and review. So far for pre-creasing, it's been pretty easy to crease through. You've watched me for the past hour pinch all these creases in. It's handled pretty well, and there's no rips or tears. So we have got some strong paper. All right. Other than that, drop a like and a comment to help support this tutorial series. These are pretty crazy to make and kind of show the sequence on how to do everything. So I appreciate your support a ton, and I will see you in the collapse tutorial.
All this origami, all this origami, all this origami got me going kamikaze now.